I don't think it's in the Premier League's interest to actually stop it because the Premier League is owned by the owners of the clubs, and they want to be able to sell their clothes for more than they bought them. So they're not going to want to stick to it. Potentially, with the new independent football regulator, there may be more constraints put on owners, which I don't think they would prohibit foreign direct investment, but I think they could put constraints on clubs that foreign owners might find less le- less attractive than the current setup. But I don't. Again, I don't. I think the regulator and the government know that the Premier League is a very valuable asset for the country, and they're not going to do anything to damage that. I mean, I think it is prominent. Is that a good thing? I mean, back in the day, a lot of football clubs were owned by wealthy individuals from the area. Um, and interestingly, two of the most successful smaller clubs, Brentford and Brighton, still are. They are owned by local businessmen who have supported those clubs. Admittedly, they come from slightly different backgrounds. They're both sports betting. That's their area of expertise, and they've used that skill to inform the way in which they've recruited players. So they're a bit unusual, but they are both very successful. And Jim Ratcliffe, again, he's a Manchester United fan. So there are owners, but it is going to be there are never going to be enough of those to swing the game back into a sort of fan-owned thing, which I think is a shame in some ways because it is good for clubs to be owned by people who have a genuine interest in the success of those clubs. And as I said, that has proved to be a very successful formula at both Brentford and Brighton. I guess my concern actually in the level of foreign direct investment that's coming into football is actually not in the Premier League. I think as you go down the pyramid in England, we're finding it could be the Wrexham effect, I'm not sure, but we're finding there are now more and more foreign owners, particularly Americans again, buying into League One, League Two, National League clubs. And I do have a bit of a concern there because I think they may be being drawn in by an attraction which ultimately doesn't end up, it's going to be difficult to make a profit out of those clubs. Um, and you get one or two promotions, you're still nowhere near the Premier League. Will those owners who have sort of putting in a few £1 million every year, will they maintain that interest or will they get bored? And if they walk away in sort of mass ranks, that could leave a lot of those clubs quite exposed. So I have more concern actually going down the pyramid about foreign investment than I do at the Premier League level because I think the Premier League is very robust and very, very successful and will remain so.